when I'm trying to like work on something like that is in odd meter, it's gonna change from odd meter to odd meter. Like I want to know where the changes are happening and that kind of stuff. I'm never ever ever personally like I'm never ever ever counting in my head when I'm playing something like that. I'm going, where's the groove? What's the like accents? Where are the accents? And then I'm thinking in terms of that. You know what I mean? That one. That's where I would be counting. So was it just that you were talking or just the whole way through? So I'd say like that is like an odd beat. It's programmed obviously, but that is an odd beat. Is that one? Let me play it again. One, right? So that one's like yeah, so that one's just here's a thing I like to do, frankly, just as a small thing for drumming, as a way to like think about it. This is more like philosophy stuff, right? When I'm trying to like work on something like that is in odd meter, it's gonna change from odd meter to odd meter. Like I want to know where the changes are happening and that kind of stuff. I'm never ever ever personally like I'm never ever ever counting in my head when I'm playing something like that. I'm going, where's the groove? What's the like accents? Where are the accents? And then I'm thinking in terms of that. You know what I mean? So like that was just like a which is a classic Vavango. And like I've played a lot of like Afro-Cuban and like African, North African music and stuff like that, and that's like that pattern is very standard in that music. So then it was just about getting where the kick and the snare placement is, you know, and then you kind of like put that in your brain, like I know what the, like we were talking about Chameleon the other day, and I know Chameleon is boom da boom da boom cat boom da boom da boom cat. Everything else is like frills. Everything else is nothing. You know what I mean? Nothing else matters. That's the only part of it that matters. You know, same with like the Sissy Strut thing. I have a video on my like YouTube, on my main YouTube, where I talk about Sissy Strut, the beat for the meter song, you know? And that's the same thing where it's like you get ingrain what the groove itself is. And then like, who the fuck cares about the time? Know where the one is, ingrain the groove into your brain. Who cares what time signature is? Like I understand time signatures. I think in time signatures and like write and work in time signatures, all that. Sure. But like when you're playing live and stuff, like I think if you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're dead. You know, like or it feels like a robot is playing it, you know, which, hey, maybe for this makes sense a little bit because it's got a little bit of a robotic vibe. But the, you know, I just, that's why those math bands always sound like everything's so like quantized, you know what I mean? Like instead of like, you know, it's just, and so to me, I think in terms of like, don't try really hard with odd meter, especially when it's consistent odd meter. Sure, if it's like Dream Theater or fucking Dance of Eternity or whatever, if every bar it's gonna change meter, you know, I guess you have to count it. But if there's some sort of like, these are two consistent parts you could latch onto and go like, okay, let me cement this part and know really in my heart what this groove is, and then, you know, to right? It was like that first one. Like that was kind of the first one, something like that. Anyway, like ingrain where is the placement that matters, you know? Strip everything away except for like the stuff that matters. Ingrain that in your fucking head. And then like you're free. You know what I mean? Like you can just go, like I'm free now. And sure, there's like sticking and like stuff where you'll have to break your limb independence on different things, and you'll have to like retrain different inclinations on things sometimes, you know. Certainly with like odd meter stuff, with a lot of that Afrobeat stuff, there's certain things that I still to this day am going like, I have to consciously decide to make this play because it's not how, you know, it's not the music that was in my ear as a kid necessarily, you know what I mean? So it's like, whereas a lot of funk and soul, because my dad had that shit in my ear when I was a little kid, that stuff comes really natural to me. That's like my natural inclination. Whereas like some of the other stuff that I'm really into and love playing, some aspects of it I have to be like more conscious about. But I still think, yeah, in general, like you want to just like put that in your pocket and forget it. You know what I mean? Like put it in your heart and forget thinking about it, you know, at least.